Oh man, crypto markets take a dive as we head towards what will be a record crypto options expiry. What does this mean for the market, and why are some experts and analysts calling for 33,600? That's a huge expected pullback here on Bitcoin. Is there any validity to this move down here lower than 34,000? Where is this coming from? What is this huge expiry set to happen for tomorrow, which is $11 billion worth of crypto? What does this mean, and a lot more? I'm going to break down the exact price targets, what I expect to happen, and a lot more. If you appreciate these updates even during this festive period, like I said, no resting here. Smash up the likes. Do not forget to subscribe. As always, guys, loads of crypto alpha, trading tips, alerts, which altcoins I'm trading. Some of the members in our trading community have made an absolute killing over the Christmas period and heading into the New Year's. If you want to trade with us, ijazcrypto.com/TG to learn all the TA stuff and a lot more. Guys, let's focus on the topic we've got at hand today. A record $11 billion crypto options expiry looms as Bitcoin shows little volatility. Now, at the time of this article, yes, there was little volatility, but we can see here Bitcoin dumping here today close to 2%. If you look at altcoins are tumbling here today. Avalanche down 9%, Render down 9%, Optimism 8.5%, Injective close to 10%. Even the meme coins like Bonk taking a pulling back here. Solana down 9%. What is going on? Why are they so worried about this expiry? Well, we need to take into account what's going on here. So there are $11 billion of Bitcoin and Ethereum set to expire on one exchange, one options trading exchange, the biggest one, Deribit, on Friday. Both cryptocurrencies are trading well above their max pain points. I'm going to come on to what this all means and where these numbers are coming from. Bitcoin remains well supported, holding above 40,000 as the clock ticks down to 2023's last quarterly options expiry. Okay, now, very quick lesson in options, right? Very quick lesson so we understand what's going on. And options, and I know this because I used to work in TradFi, this is like bread and butter stuff. Options are derivative contracts offering the purchase, the right, but not the obligation to buy or sell the underlying asset at a predetermined strike price or at a later date. So, what does this mean? Well, if there's an option expiry, which are quarterly generally, and you've got one heading Friday, which is tomorrow, that means you then have the option at this date to then either sell Bitcoin at your strike price or buy it, right? Depending on if you have a put or a call. So if you have a call option, you're buying yourself the option to buy Bitcoin at a strike price. But loads of call options on Bitcoin, i.e. the ones where you have the option to buy, are now in the money, which means you are able to buy at the strike price, which is lower than the current market price of 42,000. Okay, so that's what's going on right now. Hold up. Are you tired of worrying about the security of your cryptocurrency transactions? In this crazy world that is crypto, protecting and preserving our digital assets is everything. And for that reason, I partner with NordVPN, the best VPN service for crypto traders. With NordVPN, you can be sure that your online transactions are completely secure and your identity is hidden from prying eyes. Their military-grade encryption technology makes sure that no one can access your data, even on public Wi-Fi networks, so you can trade with complete peace of mind anywhere, anytime. Guys, seriously, don't risk your hard-earned crypto and NFTs for the price of a coffee each month. They've also offered a free month and up to 60% off their plans. Oh, and they've got a 30-day money-back guarantee. Guys, seriously, it's a small price to play for a rapid, safe VPN. Definitely check it out. Link is in the description. ijaz.uk/NordVPN. And let's get back into this video. This quarter's 60% upswing in the Bitcoin price and Ether's 43% gain have investors scrambling to add upside exposure through calls. Okay, people are long the market through calls. That explains the record notional open interest for in-the-money call options. Okay, very, very important. Let's focus on this chart here. So this chart here is where the numbers have come from. This shows you your max pain price. The current max pain price for Bitcoin is sitting at around 33,000, okay? 33,000 here on Bitcoin. Now, I'm going to explain shortly what that means, but before I do that, I want to show you where on the chart this sits. So let's head up to the weekly chart. This is where this would sit, right? 33,000, just there where my cursor is. So that's showing a significant pullback here into the EMA ribbon. Now the question is, do we think we're going to get that big dump in the next 24 hours, which would suggest a dump of close to 20%? I mean, obviously the answer is pretty much no, right? Nobody here really in their right minds expect, unless we get some sort of crazy black swan event, to get there, right? If you look at this, Bitcoin's max pain price is 33,000, Ethereum's is $1,900, very far from current prices. MPP, max pain price, can provide important points from time to time, but for now we expect Bitcoin and Ethereum to move to the MPP very little. And this is the takeaway of this video here. Loads of people are going to try to FUD you about this max pain price expiry tomorrow. Now, there's no need to get yourself fudded out about Bitcoin coming down to 33,000. I think I've just illustrated that's a little bit silly. But what we can take from this is when you have, and I'm just switching to the daily chart here to kind of show you, when you do have a big expiration looming, you do often see a movement towards the max pain price. So if the max pain price is around here, let's just call it here on this exponential 200 moving average, well, we could see a move towards it, something like that. It doesn't mean we have to come all the way here. No, that's a 20% drop, right? Again, barring some catastrophe over the next 24 hours after I post this video, I don't expect that, right? But we can see that maybe we should prepare for a little bit lower prices. And so for me, I'm waiting over the next 24 hours. Will I see 41,000? Will I see 40,000? Will I see even slightly below 40,000? I'm nibbling, right? I'm buying in this range personally for my long-term portfolio. I'm happy to buy into the EMA ribbon. So if we see a bigger pullback here, I'm all for that. I also shared with you yesterday that we've created lower highs, right? We've created lower highs. RSI is trending to the downside, right? You see a trend of RSI to the downside. All things that are suggesting that Bitcoin is due a little bit of a pullback. And so again, when I zoom up to the weekly chart, is it really a big deal if we want to have a couple of red weeks here? No, right? We also know that we've got a really important Bitcoin ETF deadline coming, which I'm going to speak to in a minute. So just to wrap up this point on the options expiry, I'm seeing that we will get a pullback into that region, but I'm not expecting a massive move down to that 33,000. I think that's a lot of people just fudding the situation right now. Now look at this. Beyond hedging, we also see clients rolling positions to 2024 expiries and expect to see more of that closer to the expiry as well as afterwards. After the expiration, all eyes and trading activity will focus on the upcoming ETF. So in other words, a lot of people are long market right now. They're already in a good position in terms of the strike price that they have, and they'll probably look to close. So we're not expecting to roll over into 2024, sorry. Okay, so just wanted to explain why this max price point theory starts to play out. So look at this, guys. It also shows Bitcoin's max pain point, or the level at which option buyers stand to lose the most. So if you're buying options, the max pain price, the one I showed you here, which is 33,000, is where you're going to lose the most, right? Hence why it's called max pain. The theory is that option sellers, the people selling you these options, which are typically institutions and the big guys, they look to push the underlying asset spot price toward the level to make the counterparties, the people who bought the options, suffer the most. Okay, and again, in late 2020 and most of 2021, Bitcoin saw volatility in the direction towards the max pain point in the lead up to expiry, only to resume the trend following the settlement. And this is exactly what I'm showing you here, which is why I'm not surprised if we want to see a little bit of a pullback and then start to move. Perfectly normal with the TA we're seeing here. There's only so long we can have such an extended move to the upside. We need to have a little bit of a pullback before here. And now, one of the things which is causing a lot of this euphoria, which we've spoken to at length, is everybody's expecting this Bitcoin spot ETF, right? Everybody's super excited to see when this Bitcoin spot ETF is going to be approved. And one of the people who's super excited, Kathy Wood from ARK Invest, and she's been up to a bit of business here during the festive period. She's not sleeping, clearly, making some big decisions, and she decided to buy 9.2 million worth of BITO shares, okay, and sold 27.6 million worth of Coinbase. Very, very interesting. What's going on here? So ARK Investment bought 4.3 million of the ProShares Bitcoin Strategy ETF. Remember, this is futures ETF. There's no spot ETF just yet. and dumped the remaining holdings of its Grayscale Bitcoin Trust, GBTC. Now, if you look at it, this makes a lot of sense, right? Cathie Wood of ARK Innovation, they've also filed for their own ETF, right? They filed a Bitcoin ETF as well. So they're looking for this one, the ARK 21 shares ETF. And Grayscale also have their ETF filing with the SEC as well. So why would ARK Innovation, why would Cathie Wood want to hold any exposure to GBTC now that she's waiting for hers to be approved so she can have exposure to her own Bitcoin ETF with her fund's money? Makes complete sense. In terms of the Coinbase trimming of positions, again, no need to spread FUD, right? At just under 12%, Coinbase remains the fund's largest holding even after Wednesday's sale of 148. So just some normal trimming here of Cathie Wood's positions, which is very normal. The more important thing is we are seeing her sell GBTC and position to get into her own Bitcoin spot ETF. And the market's really excited for this Bitcoin spot ETF, right? This is really going to be the narrative over the next couple of weeks. We're expecting a January the 10th first deadline for the SEC. And again, we've got to be prepared, right? We cannot sit in this camp where it's like, oh yeah, we're long only, super excited, everything's going to go positive. Be prepared for a bit of pain, right? If they want to delay it, if Gary Gensler has another trick up his sleeves, I'm ready. I'm happy if Fear and Greed, which is currently sitting at 73, by the way, goes, hang on, we need to tip back down into neutral, maybe a bit of fear again. Oh no, Bitcoin ETF's not going to get approved. We're going to dump down towards 35. More than happy to buy the dip at those points. For me, when I look at the fundamentals, 2024 is set to be a big, powerful year. And there's not many things that one or two people can do like Gary Gensler, which is going to change that, right? The Fed are going to have to start cutting interest rates. They're going to have to. They're affecting people's livelihoods. They cannot pay their car finance. They cannot pay mortgages. Houses are becoming unaffordable. And inflation is coming down, so he has no remit to be able to continue to keep interest rates high, right? So that's on the one side solved. We know Bitcoin's halving is programmed into the hard code. That's not going anywhere. And Gary Gensler, if he wants to play games with the Bitcoin spot ETF, is going to get a knock from Larry Fink and co, right? From Bitwise, from ARK Innovation, from Fidelity, from all the big boys who we know have been stacking Bitcoin up. So I will certainly not get fudded out of this market in the final moments before what is set to be a powerful 2024. Guys, if you want to trade with me, we're making some incredible results in our VIP group, ijazcrypto.com/TG is our free Telegram community. Make sure you jump in there, be part of that community, learn to trade with others. See all the alpha that I post, literally hourly posting new alpha there for you guys. And I'll see you in the next one.